Testing. 1, 2. Hello, hello.
Check, check. 1,
John,
2.
you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I can't hear you. Oh,
1, 2, 3,
now
4.
I can. All right, there we go. Welcome, Bulldog fans, to WL Odom Field and Dale Condit Stadium. You're watching Friday Night Bulldogs, where the Wagner Bulldogs play host to the Skiatook Bulldogs on senior nights here in this November 1st. Getting pretty close to football weather as we open up in November with the ninth game of the season, that is. I'm Jeremy Holmes alongside John Page. And John, Bulldogs are looking to go, the Wagner Bulldogs, that is, looking to go 9-0 tonight against the Skiatook Bulldogs. And it's senior night, and we were looking through this, talking a little bit about this before we went live. There are a lot of seniors on this
Yes, they're
team.
going from goal line to goal line, and I think we're going to stretch it into the end zone. Yeah, that's a lot of kids. A lot of kids have put lots of hours in their respective clubs and sports. I mean, we're looking at football players. We've got trainers, cheerleaders, band members. So everybody being recognized tonight for their service and the commitment to the Wagner Bulldog Athletic Program. We thank them for their support.
So they are almost end zone to end zone. As several seniors, not only on the football team, but there's cheerleaders, there are band members. I know some softball players were announced. Probably have some basketball players as we're getting ready for basketball season as well. They're definitely in the gym practicing right now, along with the wrestlers on the mat. And they've got another, probably 2 weeks before at least scrimmages start. But that's what you see on the field right now is a senior night. Now that they are exiting the field, we about 8 minutes away from kickoff. And John, Skiatook has fallen to Wagner pretty heavily these last handful of years, and at least on paper, it looks like to be that way tonight. So
yeah, I don't know what the Vegas odds makers have us at, but I'm pretty sure we're favored. Skiatook started off the season 3-0. Started off with a bang, but unfortunately, the Skiatook Bulldogs, have lost 5 in a row, so they're on a downward streak, and they're probably hoping to snap that tonight. But they're facing a tough opponent in the home team of Wagner Bulldogs, who are number 1 in the state, and I think we're 5-0 in district.
let's see, it would be yes, 5-0, and with 2 games left of the season. Right. This game here, and then next week we will travel to Oologah.
That's correct. Take on the Mustangs.
So, John, how do you prepare if you're Skiatook Bulldogs stepping in here and the history that Wagner has? Really before Dale Condit got here, but certainly after Dale Condit got here with the state championships and the semifinal appearances, the quarterfinal appearances, which, by the way, I think that is the shortest distance that we've ever had is the quarterfinals. Okay. I don't think it's ever happened short of that in since 2005. So
yeah, that's been quite a run.
From the Skiatook Bulldogs standpoint, how do you step into WL Odom Field, Dale Condit Stadium to get your players ready for this game?
Well, if you're the coaches, you have to preach to your players that we play together as a team, and there's going to be a lot of things happen, and we can't get down. We got to stay positive. Wagner is one of the best teams out there. They're a year in and year out. They've showed that they are winners. So you hope for turnovers, you hope for big plays, you hope for momentum, and a lot of luck. Anybody can beat anybody on any given night. So, it's not a given that we're going to go out there and take care of business. But, the coaches, they're just going to teach their team, work on what we've worked on, and let's hope that we execute and, don't have turnovers or penalties because those always bite you, and just play our best. And, they hope probably that Wagner plays their worst tonight to have a chance at beating us. But you never know. That's why we're here. We play the game, and we are in the playoff stretch here as we got 2 games left. So we'll see which Bulldog is tougher tonight.
So we are still set for pregame activities as the Wagner Bulldog marching band, or at least some of them, are at midfield and awaiting their sign to begin the national anthem. As the public address announcer, Shelley Sperling, still here doing his pregame announcements as the band awaits their performance of the national anthem. We appreciate everyone that's logged on already. We're at 100 viewers wherever you may be. Steve Wilson, we see comment, and Rocky Mitchell. We appreciate you guys logging on. Again, this is senior night, and that's what you're seeing right now. And we are still about 4 minutes away from kickoff, which probably is going to be a little bit more than that because of the pregame activities and the seniors here at Wagner High School that literally went end zone to end zone along with their parents or their in Tim Gabe's his case, his host parents, as Peter and yeah, I think it was like Marcia or something. Hopefully they'll be able to log on tonight from the Netherlands, and we picked them up a couple of weeks ago, and we are expecting. I don't think I've gotten a notification from him yet, but I did finally find uh, the comment, John, from about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
With
you did some digging.
I did some digging. Finally found it. Melissa Hurst, and I didn't recognize it at the time, but now that I saw her Facebook page and her picture, and we'll come back to that as the band will play the national anthem. No. All right, Friday Night Bulldog fans, we are back, and it looks like that we have all of our seniors from the 2024 season out as honorary captains tonight. Unfortunately, one of those, John, is number 12. And why I say unfortunately is last week he broke his leg. And of course, we're talking
Right.
about Alex Shield Knight. And so we are going to miss number 12 out there on the field tonight.
Yeah, he's a force all over the place. His size, 6'4", 240. Is committed to the University of Oklahoma for next season. So yes, we'll be missing him. But that happens sometimes. Injuries happen, but we got a whole mess of a team of seniors that will do their best to keep our season going for him. So I'm sure he wants some of that hardware. He's got it. He's earned it. So we got 65 degrees this evening. Jeremy, you are right about the feels like football weather. I've seen coats and hoodies and jackets, and don't see any gloves yet, but maybe a couple stocking caps as we got the smoke. Wow. That is some smoke.
So it was last week, John. It was actually early on in the first quarter when that happened.
Right.
Shield Knight made a reception and was tackled by two of the Grove players and got up and kind of hobbled off the field. And then before you know it, he's getting carted off the field.
Right.
I missed that entirely. I don't know if you had seen.
Yeah, I saw him walk off, but he was walking off really slow. I think he broke his fibula.
Mm-hmm.
I think, which is a lower leg bone.
Yep.
And had some surgery on that to repair it. So his should probably done for the season, and hopefully he can get rehabbed and get back in shape. He goes to let's see. I don't think he plays. Hasn't wrestled or played basketball. I don't think.
Did play basketball, but
okay.
Since committing, he decided he would spend his time in the weight room.
Right,
so,
right.
What you see on the field is coming through is the smoke machine. It looks pinkish.
Well, it started off orange, so it had the wrong color to start with, but now it's turned to red.
Well, it may be
faded red.
Maybe the wrong color, but it's definitely not the wrong smell, as it is coming into the press box, which I know is going to be kind of weird. But and I'll mention our OGs from the FNB days, but my brothers and I, we really like that smell. Fireworks, whatever, sulfur, I don't know, but
yeah, it's a combination of everything.
They're having a hard time shutting it down though, because it's still rolling in. But it is strong up here, and but
potent, potent.
We've got two of the four, five, I guess, if you include me. We've got two of the five, or three of the five original members of the FNB crew. LJ Kangas is with us tonight. Joe Holmes is with us tonight. Ben McFarland was going to try to make it tonight, traveling from the Norman area, but just couldn't make it down here. And then, of course, my oldest brother, Glenn, is in Mobile, Alabama. And, he really wanted to be here for the Sweet 16 celebration, but just couldn't make it from Mobile. So we are set for kickoff here. Number 23, it'll be Rhett Butler. And it is the same as it's on. Man, it's an eyeball. And
I think Skiatook has it. No, we got it.
Wagner's got it.
A perfect onside kick.
Oh,
perfect. He's a specialist. Onside kick specialist.
Oh, John, I'm just sitting here. I'm a lot of loss of words. Skiatook must not have done their homework because.
Well, I noticed the return man. He was on the 45. Everybody else was on the 50. So Brett just dribbled it right across the 50, and we recover.
I was really confused, not at the onside kick, because if you followed us probably from the first kick of the opening season, it was probably an onside kick, and it was as though Skiatook had no idea that could be a possibility. So either way, Wagoner Bulldogs have the ball, 1st and 10 on their own 48, even though they had the opening kickoff.
Yeah, it's been quite amazing. I don't have the stats on that, but I guarantee you we've recovered at least 8, maybe 8 kickoff onside kicks, maybe 9.
Yeah,
it could be double digits.
1st and 10 for Charbonneau. Quick hit to Decaden Ford. Decaden Ford makes a tackler miss, and gets to about the 41-yard line. John, we've talked about that all season long, of those quick hits. Doesn't look like much, but you just let the receiver do their work on the outside.
Yeah, it's nothing about it's athleticism and vision. He ran that route and was able to cut back to the inside. He actually switched hands with the ball and got it on the outside hand to protect against a turnover. Wide open.
Oh,
right
this
side.
Trenton
This could
Edwards.
go all the way.
Holman's running the.
We got a foot race.
Oh,
It's not a foot race.
No, it is not.
It's the tortoise and the hare.
That was number 26, Holman, sealing that block. And goodness gracious, we're 2 plays in.
43 seconds.
And the Bulldogs, Wagner Bulldogs, that is, up 6-0 over Skiatook. That's a 42-yard pass connection. Well,
wide open. That was just, but nobody covered him in the backfield.
John, is a little misleading to say that was a 42-yard touchdown pass, because it was more of a 2-yard pass and a 40-yard touchdown run.
Right, yeah.
But in the books, it'll look as though, let's see, that'll be Cale Charbonneau 2 for 2 for 48 yards and a touchdown. That's
right.
Not a bad stat line.
That was Trenton Edwards, wasn't it?
Yeah, yep. Trenton Edwards. And that is Balalong on the extra point. Number 99, Zevelin Balalong. Wagner Bulldogs 7, Skiatook Bulldogs 0. If you just now joined us, well, you missed 43 seconds. You're like, oh, man, I haven't missed anything. Well, you just missed a 42-yard touchdown pass.
3 plays. 3 plays. Onside kick, recovered by Wagner.
Right.
Quick hit pass play for about 8 yards, and then 42 yards. Yep, 42 yards down the opposite side of the field, the top of your screen for Mr. Edwards as he goes in and puts up 6 for the Dogs.
John, if this is any indication of how this night's going to go, we may be interacting with our FNB Nation long before halftime.
Well, we'll see here.
Anita Humphreys watching from Sapulpa. Shirley Harkins, she's part of the Charbonneau family from Tennessee, saying congratulations to her favorite senior, Cale Charbonneau. Terry Presley, thanks for logging on. Here's Rhett Butler going to go with that high boost. 2 and 1. None other year long with the special teams play. He just ran right into it, caught it on the run.
On the hop, first hop.
My goodness. My goodness.
Wow. All my years of playing football and watching football, I've never seen 2 onside kicks recovered within 1 minute of the game starting. 1 minute. We're 47 seconds into the game, and we've recovered 2 onside kicks.
Terry Presley logging on. Thanks for logging on. Teresa Potts, getting it done, Dogs. Coach DJ from North Carolina saying, shouting out to FNB. Watching from the Tar Heels today. Yes, sir. And here's a 1st and 10 for Trenton Edwards taking the ball. He's into the secondary already and almost ducked under another tackler and gets near first down yardage on a 1st and 10 play.
Yeah, he picked up 9 there, Jeremy. He went over the left side. Sandra Gaves, we see you logging in here to watch the game. Go Bulldogs, and they are going for sure.
Sandra, I hope we were able to get a picture of Tim during senior night, and hopefully he'll get out on the field as well, as Sandra and no doubt Peter will be on later tonight. And that's Coleman. Coleman breaks a tackle.
Goodness gracious.
Okay. It's going to be hard to keep up with this.
It's a track race.
Number 26.
100-yard sprint.
Anthony Coleman from 21 yards away. And so let's say 48 and 21. That's 69. So I believe Cale Charbonneau's stat line now reads 3 for 3, 69 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
And he was able to elude about 3 Skiatook tacklers there as he just got away from him and found the corner of the northeast corner of the end zone. Bulldogs up 13-0.
Balalong on the extra point. Swanson on the hold. And that kick is, it bounced off the upright.
Did you hear it doink?
There was a doink. It wasn't a double doink, but just a single doink.
And the only bad thing to go wrong.
Yeah. That it definitely came in low and just pushed it, or I guess hooked it, since he's a right legger. He hooked it a little bit and hit the upright. So the score remains Wagner Bulldogs 13, the Skiatook Bulldogs 0. And I apologize for that last call there. It really is difficult to keep up with how fast
That
this
was
game
quick.
is going.
That's quick. I just saw Coach Condit, I guess, is a special teams coach. He just talked to the kickoff team, and he probably said, "Rhett, do whatever you want to do here. You got the green light. You want to do an onside kick right to the 50 because the kid's back off 5 yards? Go for it. You want to pooch it right on the 35 where there's nobody, 30, 35 in the middle of the field? Go for it." No way!
Is that
we got 3 of them. Is that Bo McFarland?
Oh,
We got 3 onside kick recoveries. Gee. And we're 1 minute and 30 seconds in. 90 seconds in. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Garrett, pinch me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are catching all of that because it's literally happening like straight in front of our camera. As the third onside kick in a row, and the Bulldogs have recovered again. Number 9 has recovered again, Bo McFarland, and now the Bulldogs will have a ball 1st and 10 on about where they started this whole game on, we'll call it the 48 again. Here's Trenton Edwards. Breaks the tackle. He's still on his feet and finally dragged down from his jersey from behind to the 41-yard line.
As number 3, Luke Sutton on the tackle for the Bulldogs. So they got to feel good about that. They stopped Wagner there.
So, yeah, that's a win right there.
That's a win.
With only a 6-yard gain on that to the 41, it'll be 2nd and 4 for Wagner. Trenton Edward again. Busted to the outside.
He got his hand.
And is that thrown out of bounds or ridden out of bounds? I guess it was slung out of bounds.
Yeah, they actually grabbed his hand, which is kind of an unusual tackle. They were shaking hands as he threw him out.
So
he's going to tap out and take a little breather. He may have pulled not really sure, but he's going to take a breather. So 21, Tayshawn Williams comes in his place.
All right. On a 1st and 10 from the 38. Wants to go deep. That's Mattson Swanson. Makes the catch, and that is a touchdown for the Bulldogs. Okay, so what is that? 4 for 4, 3 touchdowns, and 130-something yards?
Already.
Goodness gracious.
2 minutes into the game, folks.
I don't know who we're trying to impress around here, but we're impressing them. Let me tell you that.
Wow. I mean, I'm like shocked. There's got to be somebody here that we're doing entertaining. Wow.
So this will be all along on the extra point. Again, Swanson on the hole, Colt Stroud on the snap. Good snap, good hold. That kick is
there we go.
Up and good. Wagner Bulldogs 20.
Oh.
The Skiatook Bulldogs 0, and we are 120 seconds into this game, John.
If there's such thing as called sticker shock, I don't know what you call it in football, but oh my gosh, 20 points, 2 minutes in the game. I don't know if that's ever happened in the history of football.
Heather Tillotson, thanks for logging on. She's watching from Inola football stands. Greg Brody. Hello, Mr. Brody. Greg, a classmate of mine. Pete Wyatt, watching from New Market, East Tennessee. He's part of that Charbonneau clan that we've there's a lot of them here and a lot of them online. We appreciate you guys logging on. And I wonder what's going to happen on this one, John. It's Rhett Butler. He is a kickoff specialist if I've ever seen one.
I mean, it takes a team to recover the ball, but he's putting it right where he needs to. So I don't know.
Pretty D, thanks for logging on. And as we are up to 223 on, John, you might try to get on. Well, we'll come back to that idea. And we went long this time on the kickoff. And so Skiatook will have their
13.
First chance to create some offensive yards.
That's Mr. Love there, Elijah Love,
okay.
Special teams tackle.
And John, I think, yeah, that's number 7. Number 7 down there helping with the stop, Tim Gabes. So I said it was Marcia, but it was actually Sandra. I apologize for that, Sandra, but hopefully you were able to see Tim be a part of that special teams tackle, number 7. and the Skiatook Bulldogs have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. Even though this should be about their 4th possession, it's actually their 1st, John.
First snap. First snap.
Quarterback with a quick hit, and there's Anthony Coleman,
All over it.
and he's going to tackle him for about a 2-yard loss, as the offense probably just trying to shake off the ice. Right. They've been on ice here for the last 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, ice is a perfect term. That was number 12 there. I think that's Harper on the reception for Skiatook. Let's see who got in here. John LaFace says, "Go get them dogs. We are getting them. I tell you that." Randy Easterling, old Wagner boy.
He's
dogs.
Probably Orange County, I believe.
Yeah, he's out in Cali.
Okay.
California. Carla Johnson Smith says, "Go Dogs," and Libby Lamberson, good Go Bulldogs.
That's a positive yardage for the Skiatook Bulldogs there. He's actually going to pick up, we'll call it 5. There's a loss of 2. We'll call it a pickup of 3. 3rd and 8 now for the Skiatook Bulldogs.
Well, Jeremy, you asked me before the game about, the coaches in Skiatook. What are they telling their players? Well, gosh, keep playing, boys.
Yeah.
Just keep playing.
Yep.
There's we almost had an interception there. The ball was batted down by McFarland.
Okay.
And 54 had almost a chance at it. Is that Harris?
Yeah, Anthony Harris.
That would have been a lineman's dream, and man. So fortunate for Skiatook, that ball was not complete. So they'll line up the punt on 4th and 8. Who we got returning there, Mr. Jeremy?
Should be Ford. And no, that's McFarland.
That's
okay.
Bo's got a short field.
The way that it's gone so
far. High snap. It's out.
Went
high snap.
Bad to worse.
We got a safety.
Yep. So that'll make up for that extra point that we didn't get.
I've never seen a game start like this in my whole life, in my dad's whole life, in my dad's whole life.
And right now, I know that's probably just because there's a little bit of pause on our scoreboard, but surely we're not already started the continuous clock. as the clock continued to count down well after the ball had gone through the upright, but I think it was just resetting. So. Wow,
that snap. Shackner couldn't have got that snap. That was so high. It went right over his head, and the punter knew that was probably going out the end zone, and it barely trickled out. So I don't think any of our guys noticed.
No, they were setting up the punt return just like normal. So
somebody's got to be alert to that.
Randy Lewis, Camille Peck, and Cole, thanks for logging on and interacting on our Facebook page, as we got things going on everywhere. And as we used to say, again, Sweet 16 for FNB. And when we first started this, we had our little catchphrase, and we use it every once in a while now. But FNB is coming to you free, live, and worldwide. And we do mean worldwide.
That is correct. So on the safety, Jeremy, Skiatook has the option to kick off or punt from the 20. So that's Mr. Goodland.
Yep.
Receive that. Shakes and bakes, and he's pulled down at the Bulldog 49.
And how about this for a stat line? So this will be the 4th possession for the Bulldogs.
Yes.
And their average field possession has been at the 50.
50, yep.
This is our worst field possession of the game so far.
This is the worst field position.
And we're sitting at our own 49. So that should tell you how well it's been going for us for the last not even 4 minutes now.
Yeah, everything's gone right for Wagner. We did have one missed extra point, and that's the only thing. Everything else has been just spot on.
So Bulldogs will have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 49-yard line. 8:07 left in this first quarter. Charbonneau from the shotgun. Oh, here's a little inside pitch.
Green for Goodland.
Goodland is on the side, and he is finally tackled at the 20-yard line, down the sidelines, that is. And the Skiatook Bulldogs are playing on their heels. They just have no idea how to react to this Bulldog offense.
I love that little misdirection play. Everybody's going to the right, and it's actually pitched back to the left. And then Goodland was around to get around the corner for about a gain of, 30 yards, 30-yard gain. Oh, sacked. Ball's on the ground, Jeremy. I think Skiatook has a shot at it. But Cale Charbonneau was able to wrestle it away, but Wessel away from Skiatook because he was hit from the backside, had no idea it was coming.
I'll tell you what, John, I don't care how big the other team is, and that player is a pretty good-sized lad. If it goes to down on the ground and wrestling it away, I'm putting my money on Kel Charbonneau.
Hey, I got 50 cents in my pocket, and I'm putting it on Charbonneau.
Lost back to the 29. Here's
Good
a quick
block.
hit to
Great
Coleman.
Nice
Coleman
move.
makes a couple of moves, and he is inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. That was about a 2nd and 20 play, and now it's 1st and goal.
If you guys want to see how a receiver blocks downfield, look at number 10 right there, Aiden Goodland, and he sealed his man off and gave us another 10 yards on the reception.
Russ Jones talking about those onside kicks. I'll come back to you, Russ, as the Bulldogs have a 1st and goal from the 9. Charbonneau hits this. Swanson. Swanson was definitely looking for that end zone.
Yeah, he saw black and red in the end zone and forgot to catch the brown thing that hit him in the hands.
Charbonneau was like, man, you just messed up my stat line. Now, instead of, 5 for 5, now he's 5 for 6.
5 for 6.
5 for 6. He's probably nearing.
Quarterback ratings dropped a little bit.
Probably nearing 200 yards with that last one to Coleman there.
Yeah, it's.
So 2nd and goal from the 9. Here's a pitch out to Tayshawn Williams.
He's looking for the end zone, Jeremy.
Stepped out. It looked like they're going to spot him at the 3-yard line. And right now, the sidelines have kind of been the best defense for the Skiatook Bulldogs.
Right. Yeah, I just love the way he runs. I mean, he caught the pitch and he had straight up field to the short side of the field, which is the top of your screen. So the Bulldogs are looking to score again. We are threatening on about the 3-yard line.
3rd and goal from there. Tayshawn, no, inside to, is that Coleman? Yep, that's Coleman again, number 26, on a very quick post route, and Charbonneau finds him in the end zone for the touchdown. I thought it was a handoff, to tell you the truth, John. Right. I was looking for Tayshawn Williams.
You bet on the fake?
I did. I bet on the fake.
All right. Bulldogs had the swinging gate out to the left, but they're going to line back up in the traditional PAT formation. So Bilal along lined up there. Bulldogs up 28-0 in the first quarter with 6.5 minutes. 6 minutes, 23 seconds left. It's been... I wouldn't say a nightmare for Skiatook Bulldogs, but it's
pretty
been
close.
A really bad dream.
Bilal along with the extra point, 29-0. The scoreboard is correct at home. There's a shot for you on your screen of the scoreboard. 6:23 left in this first quarter. And Russ about an 89 grad from Wagner, I believe. Talking about been watching football his whole life and has never seen a beginning like this.
No.
First of all, a onside kick straight down the field, and then on top of that, another 2 after that we recovered.
Yeah.
So, Russ, it has been quite the night already. Tony Owen, thanks for logging on. Louise Dotson, watch from Muskogee. Thanks for logging on, Louise. And all of our Bulldog fans is John. What viewer count do you have over there?
On my stream, there's 2 different streams, Bulldog fans. Yeah, I've got 72, so you got to add that to the stream that you have.
Yep, add that to the 255 over here. So, and so the Skiatook Bulldogs have fair caught that particular kickoff, and might be their best offensive play of the night. Or special teams play, either one. So best play, period.
Right.
And not to disparage any of the Skiatook fans out there, but Wagner is just dominating literally on all sides of the ball.
Yes, sir. It's been something else. I'm just shaking my head, just going, I can't believe what I'm watching, but I see it. I see it. So yeah, it's all happening.
We have no idea. We're not even going to try to explain. Well, one, because I can't, but there are technically 2 chat rooms going on with 2 different viewer counts. You're not missing any of the action. It's the same action.
Skiatook's got.
And this is a foot race.
Speed.
Goodland is not going to be able to catch him. Touchdown, Skiatook. Number 6 for the Skiatook Bulldogs just went 72 yards for the score.
Yeah, there's nobody around him.
And that definitely gives the Skiatook faithful something to cheer about. And number 6 has got some wheels.
Yeah, that's either Cadian or Caden, maybe Drummond.
Okay.
I know I got the last name right, Drummond. He took it to the house, took it to the south end zone for Skiatook Bulldog touchdown.
So they will line up for the extra point. Sorry, we don't have any names to these numbers. This is number 20 for Skiatook. Trouble with the snap, and he's just going to fall on it there. So the score will remain with 6:06 left in the first quarter. Wagner Bulldogs 29, Skiatook Bulldogs 6.
And Jeremy, I know we've got some speed on defense, and we weren't able to either have the angle of pursuit to catch him, or he just outran all of us as he got to the end zone for the Skytook's first score. Yeah, I can't explain the stream either, Jeremy, because the two separate streams. There's one that says Wagner, and then there's one that says Wagner versus Skiatook, Skiatook versus Wagner, and they both have different chats going on. So we'll try to keep up the best we can. We do have a couple laptops up here to a little bit of technology.
And John, while we're talking about the two streams, whichever one you're watching, we are thankful for our Friday Night Bulldog sponsors. Because again, whichever one you're watching, it's because of our sponsors of Friday Night Bulldogs that have helped allow that to happen. Our corporate sponsors are Advanced Orthopedics, Cherokee Personnel, Prestige Plumbing, Good Neighbor Realty, Row Insurance, Richard Gray, Kevin Grover GMC, and as we
let it go out of bounds.
That will go out of bounds. Smart play by Goodland. Kevin Grover, GMC, Moore Lancaster Agency, Bank First, Apex Title and Closing, and Beth Johnson of Good Neighbor Realty are corporate sponsors of Friday Night Bulldogs. And John, do you have a list of the lead sponsors?
I sure do.
All right, go ahead.
I was queued up and ready to go. The elite sponsors, we have Shipman Funeral Home, Armstrong Bank, Aspire Health, Arvest Bank and Blue Sky Bank, along with Smoking Sisters on Dewey, Meats and More. We have Wagner County Abstract, Al Drug, Bonnie's Flowers, and Smoking Sisters on Main.
Thank you, Friday Night Bulldog sponsors, that you see your Bulldogs right now with the 1st and 10 on their 37. Here's a little quick hit to number 2, to Caden Ford. And Bulldogs, excuse me, John, the Bulldog on the Skiatook side of things are just having trouble bringing these Wagner Bulldogs down.
Yeah, we've got speed and athleticism and some talent on this Bulldog roster, and that was the famous dandruff move. If you didn't catch that, that was a Head and Shoulders fake.
Picked up 9 on that play to 46-yard line, 2nd and 1. Charbonneau.
He's got Caden Ford on the sideline,
and that's who he finds. Ford goes down low with the hands, able to haul it in, and he will get first down yardage to the Skiatook 44-yard line.
Move those chains, Roger Dodger. I see Roger Drake over here on the chain gang. He's been doing that a while. He's a fellow classmate of mine.
Okay.
His son played here a few years ago. I think state championship team.
Yep, he was on that 21 state championship team.
Little Drake.
Here's Matson Swanson. Swanson shoved out of bounds at the 36. That's Ford, giving him a block downfield. And that's going to be a pickup of about 8. Yeah, right at the 36-yard line of Skiatook, 2nd and 2.
Yeah, Skytook's best defender right now is that 12th man, which is the sideline. Wagner has been nothing but productive here as we go once again to Mr. Edwards. Is he going down the sideline? Nice block. Cuts back. He's in there, Jeremy.
Oh, my goodness, John. Number 16, Trenton Edwards. Yeah, he looks like a man among boys down there right now.
Yeah, it's just incredible vision and the niftiness of the feet, the quick feet. They're able to make the move, make the tackler miss, and then take it into the northeast corner again for another Bulldog touchdown.
Bessie Bloxham, thanks for logging on, saying let's go Red. Shirley Goodland, probably kin to Avon, and they've been able to see Avon in action for sure. And Charlie Burns, thanks for logging on, Charlie. And the Bulldogs offense is definitely smoking tonight. James Bruce watching for toppers, so you and Charlie need to get together, as Charlie's out there toppers as well. And so toppers well represented. And the extra point failed that time. I'm sorry to talk through that. We were still kind of thinking about Edwards dancing in the end zone, I believe. So we're up to 270 over here, John. I'm not sure what you're showing there,
I
but
got 70 on mine. My
okay,
stream.
so 340 plus, wherever you may be. I know Chris Charbonneau, he's probably in a deer stand again. He was last week, and he was watching Friday Night Bulldogs. He's probably out there again tonight. So wherever you may be, we of course we have the Gabes in the Netherlands, and I'm going to be real mad at Chad if he doesn't log on from Bon Air tonight, and I bet he will. He actually co-hosted a few years. Well, it's been more than a few years ago here at Friday Night Bulldogs, as we're celebrating Sweet 16 all the way back to 2009. We've got original members Joe Holmes and LJ Kangas here in the box with us. And we'll probably talk to them at halftime and get their take on where Friday Night Bulldogs started and where it is 16 years later. And here is the Bulldogs special teams stacked up. The returner at the 26, number 7, Gabe's down there again. Gabe's getting him some screen time for maybe mom and dad back across the wild blue yonder.
Yeah, there's about 8 Bulldogs in on that tackle. That's what you call swarming to the ball. I see Jalen Miles is watching tonight. And we got Stacy Vincent says hello from Rocky Point.
All right. Yep. Stacy and Jeff watching tonight. I see my brother Glenn logging into the chat room, and he's in Mobile, and he's part of the OG crew from way back in 2009 of the FNB crew, and it has come quite the ways from our days on the Ustream channel, and most of our viewers may not. It's now defunct, I believe, as the quarterback trying to
trouble. Ball's locked up.
Oh, that was almost intercepted. Coleman almost had it. And then who was
Gavin Miller, I
okay.
think.
Yep.
I think he almost deflected it to Gavin Miller.
Yep. So Rick Moore, you're right. We're on pace for another half 100. Adam Miller saying go Dogs, and we're still in the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. It's 35-6. John, I wasn't trying to downplay this game or whatever, but I knew that and you had mentioned that Skiatook's going to have to play really well, and the Bulldogs are not going to have to be on top of their game, and neither one of those have happened for the Bulldogs tonight. Skiatook.
Right. Yeah, it's been all Bulldogs. All Bulldogs from the opening seconds of the game when we recovered the onside kick. Mr. Butler just dribbled it right across the 50, and we were able to recover that. Took it down in two plays, maybe 3 plays, and scored. Onside kick again, we recover, go down and score. Onside kick again, we recover, go down and score. And that's just how it's been, Bulldog Nation.
Charbonnau's stat line, I think, is about 7 for 8, 4 touchdowns, and he's probably over the 200-yard mark now.
High ball.
And that will fall incomplete. But I was talking to a few Bulldog fans throughout the week, and I told them if things go the way that they should, it's, at least on paper, it'll probably be 44-0 by halftime. I was almost a quarter off.
Right. Yeah, we still got 3 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the first quarter, Bulldog fans. So Skiatook has come in to punt. Their last snap actually went over the punter's head, and they had to take a safety. So this one's right on the money.
Yeah,
Harlan signals fair catch. So once again, our average field position is on about the 48.5.
Yeah, yep.
When
we have not had the ball beyond behind our own 48 for the almost it's like 17 minutes that have gone on this game.
So that's what you talk about, a lot of times in a football game is field position, and we've definitely won the battle of field position tonight. As a Bulldogs average start has been on about the 48.5-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Charbonneau wants to go deep, looking for Caden Ford, makes the catch down the sidelines.
Is he in? Nope. That ref's going to mark him out about the 1.
Yeah, wow.
It's a nice throw, nice catch, and good job by Skiatook not giving up on the play and able to shove Caden Ford out probably about the 1 or 2 yard line.
John,
Beautiful
even with
throw.
the shove, I thought Ford was going to get down in there.
Right.
And apologize for the blocking the view for you, but we were trying to lean and see what was going on down there in that corner.
That. My big head.
So it looks like Ford was out at the 2-yard line and increasing Charbonnel's stat line, but not his pass touchdown ratio.
Yet. Not yet.
Here's Charbonnel rolling to his right, and he is going to step in for the score. Touchdown, Wagner. 3:20 left in the first quarter, and the Bulldogs have eclipsed the 40 mark.
Oh, my goodness.
So, Bulldog fans at home, if you want to come up with some topics that we can talk about into the second, I would say into the second half, but maybe into the second quarter, John.
Well, that's true. I'm still in a little bit of speechlessness and shock at as what's transpired tonight on this football field on WL Odom Field. I don't think WL Odom Field has never seen anything like this in all its years, its history. I think the first game here was in 1954, and so if I can do the math real quick, is that 46 plus 24? Is that 70
we're 70 years today.
70 years today.
Probably 70 years today.
And yeah, it's just been quite the show put on by the Bulldogs tonight. Skiatook did have a couple good things happen. We missed an extra point, and they scored on a 72-yard touchdown pass.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple bright spots for them, but otherwise it's been all Bulldogs in the first quarter.
Beth, I see your comment. First of all, I want to say hello to my sister Kelly logging on. She knew Joe would be down and Glenn logged in. So thanks for logging on, Kel, and Jeremy, Noah, and Luke, and maybe even Carly's with them. But Jamie Crooks said that she's a Wagner Bulldogs fan, but she used to live in Skiatook, and the Skiatook Bulldogs were state champs, 2A at the time, back in 1974. And here is a onside kick again, and Skiatook is able to recover this time, but they had a little trouble doing it.
Right. When you talk about being lucky, I talked about earlier in the game, sometimes you just need a little luck. Well, that luck just happened because it bounced right into his hands as he turned around to recover that. Once again, Butler kicks it where they're not. I'm an English teacher, so can't say kicks it where they ain't, but kicks it where they're not, and they were able to be lucky enough to recover that because it was close.
So, Beth, I guess technically there is not a run rule in football, but surely there's going to be a conversation at halftime of whether we continue to run this clock or not. How about a 1st and 10 for Skiatook on their own 36? Here's a handoff to number 3, and it is swallowed up quickly. That's Javon Miles, Charbonnel, and Bryce Steele on the tackle. And John, in case those Bulldog fans that may have joined us late, one of the numbers and names that you won't hear tonight is number 12, Alex Shieldnight. Actually went down with a broken leg first quarter of last week's game. Talked to his mom, Stephanie, who teaches with us there in the middle school, and come back to that after this play on a 2nd and 10.
Good job. Good pursuit.
Hard running by the Skiatook runner, number 2, as he was hit at about the 37, but he's getting forward to the 40. Goodland, Ford, and company on the stop for a gain of 4. 3rd and 6 for Skiatook.
That was Gabe Beatty on the reception for the Bulldogs.
Okay.
I've got a roster here,
so
good. I'll try to keep up.
All right. 3rd and 6 for Skiatook.
Swing pass out to the flat. Charbonnel met the number 3. Says no suit for you.
That's about a 2-yard loss back to the 38-yard line. Beth is one of our. She's actually. Beth, you were the first co-host when we went video. The first 3 games, I believe, we back in 2009. It was audio only. Thanks to my brothers helping me figure out how to include video on that. And Beth and I traveled to Poto back in 2009 for our first video of Friday Night Bulldogs. And the Skiatook Bulldogs will punt it away. This is number 2. No, this is number 9, Bo McFarland. And that field possession, we're going to lose about another yard.
That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt us a little bit. Knocks us down about the 47-yard line for average starting field position, even though we're on the 45. Keith Hefner, I see you watching from Toppers,
Okay.
Toppers America.
Yep. Ariana Renee tuning in, saying, "Go Dogs, go Bo." That is her cousin. I think that is right. And Scott Ballard just tuning in and said, "Oh my goodness, yeah, Scott, I agree." 42-6 Wagner. Here's Charbonneau.
Screen pass to Goodland on this side.
Yep. That's Tayshawn Williams. Williams down the sideline, and he's not going to be caught. Number 21, Tayshawn Williams, touchdown, Bulldogs. And we just talked about that stat line of Charbonnau's, and he's going to get to 300 yards maybe before halftime.
Yep. On a play like that, Jeremy, I've only got 2 words. See ya.
55 yards from Charbonneau to Tayshawn Williams. And I'd say that Charbonneau is probably 9 out of 10, 6 touchdowns and 270 yards, probably something like that.
Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive.
They got number 23, Rhett Butler, out there warming his leg up for the extra points. He's been the kickoff specialist so far, and I believe he was on that last extra point as well. That kick is up, and it is good. Wagner Bulldogs, 49. Skiatook Bulldogs, 6. John, we are still 55 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, I've got to sit down. That's a lot of points in the first quarter. I mean, I don't know what state records are for scoring, but I think somebody needs to be investigating what's the highest number of points scored in a quarter by one team. Well, I mean, I guess you could do both teams or one team, but I know the Bulldog Band has played that fight song, already 15 times tonight.
Yeah. Well, including pregame and running on the field. Yeah.
I mean, they play it each touchdown or each score. I mean, they're getting some extra practice on that fight song tonight.
Check on our Facebook page here. Anna Dickinson from West Dover, Vermont. Fred Ingram giving an update on our Facebook page. Ryan Murphy says, "My Murphys are checked in, cheering on the Bulldogs." Jonah and Javon Smith. Yeah, what a start. I agree. So
Andrew Parasoto has made a nice observation. Okay. He says no penalties or turnovers so far.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe they had a little come to Jesus moment, he says. LOL.
Here is the kickoff by Long, fielded at the 18-yard line and running hard inside the middle of the special teams to the 30. And that's where...
Yeah, we had a host of Bulldogs in there on the stop. I see 33 as Colton Mullins, and 28 in there.
That's Rathsack.
That's Andrew Rathsack. Man, that's a football name.
Yeah, for sure.
Rathsack.
Skiatook will have the ball, 1st and 10, just shy of their own 30. 45 seconds left in this first quarter. Terry, I see your comment. He's talking about our Cowboys, and maybe we need to enlist some of these Bulldog players to suit up on Sunday.
Go to play in Jerry's World? Yeah, it's been impressive. It's just been impressive. Going back to Rathsack, I'm like, God, that's a football name. He got to be a linebacker. I look down at his position, and on defense, he's listed as a linebacker. So
okay.
It's like the perfect name.
So here's number 3 on the carry. Looks like Steele was the first to get him. And then
McHenry.
Okay, McHenry stepping in.
Yep. Teresa Potts checking in tonight, says, "This is just shocking." It is just shocking. I was quite speechless in the first 2 minutes of the game. I just didn't know what to say. I've never seen anything like that ever in football. Pretty much any sport. I mean, just to get off to that kind of start. 3 onside kicks in a row.
And
Recovered.
looks like we're just going to let the first quarter finally come to an end. At least if you're a Skiatook Bulldog fan, you're glad to see the 000s on the scoreboard here at WL Odom Field. And we will go into the second quarter. The Wagner Bulldogs 49-6. Jeremy Mangrum says, "Go Dogs," and give Rhett the first 3 touchdowns.
Well, yeah, the assist. At least the assist. They're setting them up.
And John and Glenn chimed in on that last, I believe, special teams play, talking about a host of Bulldogs on the tackle. Said he'd love to hear Jess Page say that again, as I know you would too.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love that. I'll do my best, but nobody did it like him.
Okay, so Beth has done some research. Holy smokes. It's on the internet, so it must be true. All right. She said in 1924, Stigler beat Fort Gibson, get this, 219-0.
Wow. That's a whooping.
Beth, are you sure you didn't get some of those numbers mixed up? Maybe 91, maybe that 2 wasn't in there. I don't. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
The Panthers all over the Tigers back in 1924. I don't think we're going to get there, as especially when the Bulldogs they start putting their second teamers in, usually by the end of the third quarter. Here's a pass downfield, and that was number 6 that they were looking for. No, was that number 6?
Yeah, that was number 6,
okay.
The one that had the touchdown. It's Caden.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Caden.
All right.
Caden Drummond.
And
it could be Cadian.
This time, John, I think he was triple covered.
Right, and the ball was fortunately overthrown as pressure was put on by the Bulldog defense there. So it'll be 3rd down and about 8 for Skiatook. So the good news for Skiatook is that your first quarter's over. The bad news is there's 3 more quarters to play.
And here on a 3rd and 8, a gain of 1. And the Skiatook Bulldogs will be forced to punt. Derek's Hope, he says his nephew plays for Skiatook. He's number 28. Both him and 12 are freshmen. And he thinks the JV are better than the varsity squad. So, Derek, we may see JV versus JV by the end of the third quarter, as the Skiatook Bulldogs will punt this away. Bo McFarland
evades one.
There's another one. There's
he evades the same guy. He sees the sideline, Jeremy. Needs 1 block. Oh, he is hog tackled.
Bo McFarland he's still refusing to go, and he just stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't think he went down.
Holy smokes!
His whole front side looked like he was going to go head over heels, but they didn't tackle him.
Yes, for sure, Derek. That sometimes that is just, you can't, as they say, you can't win them all. And sometimes you got rebuilding years. And Skiatook probably, no doubt, is going through some of that right now. But on the other side of that, John, Bulldogs are 8-0. They're not 8-0 for any
right. Yeah,
reason.
We've got some talent and we've got some ability.
He's wide open. Tayshawn Williams, and he is in for the score. Touchdown Bulldogs, and there we go with the half 100, John.
My goodness. Yeah, it was a beautiful pass by Charbonneau. Good protection there by the offensive line as he threw it down the far side of the field to Mr. Tayshawn Williams, number 21. And that gets his second touchdown of the evening. Is that Tayshawn's second touch?
Yep. Second receiving touchdown, I believe.
Receiving touchdown. All right, Gatlin Appleton. That's one of my students I see in the chat saying go Bulldogs. Ginger McKean says, so exciting to watch my Bulldogs down here in Florida.
All right.
Florida, Ginger, thanks for joining the stream tonight.
Ginger probably just across the bay from my brother Glenn. So we got Alabama on the map as Belong puts it through. Wagner Bulldogs 56, Skiatook Bulldogs 6. We've got Alabama on the map tonight. We've got Florida on the map tonight. We've got all over the four corners of Wagner for sure. We've got Oklahoma. We've got North Carolina.
Vermont.
We've
Did you say
got Vermont. I hadn't heard from Connie yet, but she'd
It's usually
probably
a Tennessee, right?
Yep,
Knoxville?
Tennessee's on there. Connie probably no doubt will be on before the night is over. She's usually coming in from New Hampshire.
Okay.
And with 10:41 left in the second quarter, 56-6. And Skiatook is looking for something that they can, and they're already wanting the clock rolled. Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen that in the second quarter. It's still not running. And he wants it to run, John. This back judge here, well, actually, that's the head referee.
Ball's on the turf, bouncing.
That is a free ball, and it is covered up at the 25-yard line. And there's only 2 seconds that just ran off that clock, so somebody's probably going to be upset. Tina Lawhorn, thanks for logging on. Randy and Tina watching from home tonight. And anyone else, hopefully we have not missed anyone else. Amber Mathis, thanks for logging on. Adrian Maxwell says, let's go, Bo. And Kenny Miller's logging on from Edmond tonight. As John at 282 over here. What about over there?
I got 61. So
okay.
I've dipped a little bit. I think my high was 70 on this stream. So they may have jumped. They may have jumped streams.
Checking out the chat room over here, I guess. So we are 9:58 left in this second quarter. I may have been mistaken. I don't think I was. I think that head referee wants that clock to go. It is running now, but we'll see what happens on a 3rd and 11 play. A little jet sweep, Skiatook style. And it looks like that ball came out, and it did.
Oh, my goodness. Oh. It did. That was Luke Sutton on the carry for Skiatook because he picked up about 5 or 6 yards before the ball came out, and the Bulldogs have recovered on the far sideline. I'll see if I can pick up who that was.
John, I think it was McHenry.
Okay.
Number 1, McHenry's coming up
right
with that
here.
loose ball.
That ball's loose. Yes, sir. You got it. McHenry right before it went out of bounds on the 30-yard line. He was able to recover that. I've got a little bit of delay in my stream, so I get the advantage of seeing it twice.
Yep. Rocky, I do want to mention that I think you had said something in the chat room about instant replay. I do want to remind the folks at home, if you're watching, that you can actually back it up and watch any play that you want to, and then you can go back to live when you want to as well. So here, looks like Charbonneau may be done for the night already.
No, McHenry's out come in. I think we got still same offensive linemen, receivers, and maybe a new back. That's number 22 coming in. I got to get his number. That's Zion Corey.
Yeah.
Sophomore.
Sophomore, yep.
Getting some playing time here. I also see number 14 in there, Noah Cantrell. Haven't called his number too much. So they're split ends. And then number 29, that's Blake Smith in at running back.
John, here's a name that you'll recognize, Robert Cannon.
Cannon.
Calling for the mercy rule. Here's
McHenry.
A 2nd and 14.
Hold on to it.
As McHenry trying to get that.
He's trying to get everything.
Yardage back. Hey, you mentioned no penalties. I don't think there's been any penalties on the Skiatook part of things either.
The one, they kicked it out of bounds.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think that's the only one. Yeah, It's been pretty much penalty free tonight as Andrew Parasoto kind of got tired of the penalties last week and the week before and the week before that. So we've definitely cleaned up the penalties.
7
and the turnovers.
And yeah, definitely. 3rd and 8 from the 28. 7:20 left in this first half.
So got 3 wide at the top of the screen, 1 down below as McHenry drops back. Pump fakes.
Rolls to his right now, looks downfield, and that is Miller that he was looking for.
Right.
And John, I keep saying we start talking about other things, I just want to give an update. Where I said something about talking with Miss Shield Knight that teaches with us there, Alex's mom, and gave me an update on the surgery that everything went well. 6 screws, a plate, and then they, I believe there was a pin that went from his ankle to the leg bone. I believe
Hardware.
that's what she told me. And so,
Right.
no idea on the recovery, the weeks for recovery or whatever, but obviously he is done for the season. Here's a number 22.
Nice.
Zion Corey
He's
breaking
trying to get in
tackles,
there.
and it looks like he's going to be
Stopped at the one.
yeah, maybe even inside the one. I believe, is that who you said it was?
Yeah, Zion Corey. Yeah, sophomore.
As McHenry just stood in the pocket, waited on him to stay clear and put that on the line.
Yeah, he zipped it in there. I mean, right between 2 defenders, and then Corey was able to elude 3 tacklers before they brought him down right at the one.
So the back end of the ball be touching the one. So we're just inside the one on a 1st and goal. Is that Blake Smith in the background?
Yep, sure is.
Backfield.
Wow, nice throw. Nice throw by McHenry.
Number 9, Bo McFarland. He zipped that one in there too.
Yeah, he threw it. The defender, defensive end on that side, had both paws up, and he was able to sidearm it right underneath him for the Bulldog touchdown. Trying to catch who that was. Had his hands up. That was the corner. Come in there, number 21, and he was able to get it to McFarland for a Bulldog touchdown. So that makes it, oh gosh, we're in the 60s.
We've got a new kicker, John.
Number 11.
That's old Seth Renner. He'll try his leg.
He's southpaw.
At the extra point. That's right. I think we may have a new, is that a new holder as well?
Yep. Got to get those laces turned.
Did he push that one?
Pull, pull. Yep.
So the left footer would push that one to the right? Or pull it to the right. Yeah. Anyway, he missed it.
Right-handers pull to the left or push to the right. Left footers pull to the right, push to the left.
Okay, there you go. Hook and slice.
I had to get my golf terminology down. Yep.
So Kane Bowman saying he's logging in from Tahlequah at work, and he said he guessed he missed the fireworks. Well, the fireworks have pretty much been going on all game long, from the very beginning play, opening kickoff.
Yeah, if you want to look up the word domination, Wagner Bulldog football is in that dictionary tonight. We have had everything go right for the Bulldogs. Skiatook did have a bright moment there when they scored their touchdown, about a 72-yard touchdown reception to number 6. That's Caden Drummond, as he took it to the house, outran the Bulldogs. And then we've got number 11 here, Seth Renner, just did the PAT. He will tee it up for the Bulldogs as we are up 62-6. That is correct, what you're saying on the screen. Garrett has typed it in correctly.
Yes, no typos.
62-6. That's a 56-point lead and 4 minutes left till halftime. Now, Jeremy, I do notice the clock is continuously running now. So you mentioned that earlier, and it is running. So Bulldogs kick off, and that's number 6, Drummond. And he's tackled there at the 35 by Bulldogs. I didn't get any numbers there on that, but I'll see if I can recognize. I imagine that was probably number 25 in there. Javon Smith. He's got a nose for the football, as they say.
So, John, Emily Potts, she also teaches with us. She said she got an update from Stephanie Shield Knight just today. Said 8 to 12 weeks for that recovery.
12 weeks.
So here's Skiatook on a 1st and 10. They'll pick up 1, I believe, to the 30 as the clock is at 3:10 and counting.
I saw Whitaker and Bo McFarland there on the tackle. Okay. Also number 62, I think that's Carter Brown in there. So we got some new numbers. So I'll do my best to recognize those young fellas as they make plays. Bulldogs got control of this ball game. Skiatook scrambling, and he's throwing it out of bounds, off the fence, and complete. To number 8, Keyshawn Brown on sidelines.
That last play is actually a loss of 1, not a gain of 1, back to the 28. So it'll be 3rd and 11 after that incomplete pass. And
Jeremy, did you hear what I said? The clock is continuously running
okay,
now, so
okay,
they have put that into effect.
okay.
So Bulldog fans that those are not aware, we don't get to show the clock very often, but it is running, so it will not stop till halftime. And I imagine the same thing will probably happen in the second half.
Yeah. Number 3 on the carry for Skiatook. 62, I believe, is Carter Brown. He was the first one there, and then the rest of the defensive linemen, I believe, came in.
Yeah, good job, Bulldog defense. You're holding Skiatook there, and they'll bring in the punt team once again.
And we'll wait to see who the returner is this
we need
time.
a returner. Somebody. Who wants to play football tonight? Anybody?
Well,
I guess we're just going to let it go.
Pierce was looking over sideline saying, "How about me? I'll go back." But then he had to step back up. So
Nobody back. Nobody back. And the ball rolls out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. So the Bulldogs will take over as the ref throws his flag down instead of his beanie bag.
Gene Hunt logging on from home tonight. Glad you're home, Gene. Enjoying some Friday Night Bulldogs. Again, the score is correct at home. The quarter is correct at home. I don't know which one is more unbelievable, John, the score or the quarter, or both.
Oh, it's all unbelievable. I mean, I'm sitting here watching it, and I just couldn't believe what was happening. Everything that's transpired tonight, I've never seen in a game of football ever. I mean, from flag football to little league football to pee wee football to junior high to pickup sandlot football. It's just been amazing.
This is Decatur.
Oh,
no. Is that Pierce?
That's number 6.
That's number 6, DJ Pierce.
Still going. Still not down. Still not down. Wow, awesome run around the right
We
side.
got a flag
It's going to
coming.
come back.
Yep.
There's our first Bulldog penalty. Man, that is a dingy flag. I hardly saw that.
Be holding the call, so that run will come back for Pierce, but I have a feeling that he'll have a couple more opportunities, John.
Yeah, I'd run it again. Run it till they stop it.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know who the holding was on. I was trying to catch it there on the replay, but that's going to back us up 10 yards and negate that 40-yard run by is that Pierce, you said?
Yep, Pierce.
Pierce. DJ Pierce, senior.
Well, he's probably getting back at that because he wanted to return that last punt. They wouldn't let him.
He's done awesome on the kickoff returns.
Yep,
I mean, when he's back there, we usually have 3 deep there, and he's had a few really, really good returns. So the clock runs out, Jeremy.
Okay.
First half is now over. The Bulldogs up 62-6, and what a show put on by the Wagner Bulldogs tonight. It has been a team effort on special teams, offensive, defense, and it's just it's been amazing to watch. We're glad you joined in.
Yep, absolutely.
Because this could be history.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of history, here's a little historical fun way that we do halftime shows at the end of the season, of the regular home season, that is. Wagner High School Marching Band will be doing their annual lights show tonight. So the lights will go down here at WL Odom Field, and the lights will come up on the field in the forms of glow sticks and lights and all kinds of things from the Wagner High School Marching Band. And you will be able to see that. Jamie is asking if able. Yeah, we are going to show that. Unfortunately, you're probably not going to hear much as we are inside, but you'll be able to see it all. And so we are at halftime here, 62-6. There's no mistake at home, and we appreciate everyone that's logged on tonight. And you can enjoy the light show, and we'll take a break, and we'll come back and talk a little bit about our Facebook post earlier this week and the craziness, talking about a crazy game here. We'll be sharing thoughts from a crazy game from a long, long time ago. You're watching Friday Night Bulldogs, free, live, and worldwide. All right, Bulldog fans. Hopefully, you're able to see the sights of the Wagner Bulldog Marching Band. I know you weren't able to hear anything, but hopefully, you're able to enjoy the light show, the annual light show that they do on the last home game of the season. And we still got a few minutes before we have the opening kickoff for the second half. Now I'm joined by LJ Kangas. He is original FNB crew member from back in 2009. LJ, I think that was that your senior year or junior year?
Senior year in
Okay.
'09, yes, sir.
Okay, senior year. He was behind the camera, and LJ, back then we never knew, especially even here at home, but especially when we went to the away games, we never really knew where we were going to set up.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
But and out of all of those games that we did, now there were some cold games for sure, but I don't think it ever rained on us.
I don't think so.
I
Uh-uh.
I think about that often of the many times that we set up, and a lot of times we would set up in the stands, and we really like to be out there because I mean, it's literally, you hear the crowd in the background, and it's just a different atmosphere. But all of those times that we did that, and I don't think it rained on us one time, but there were definitely some cold nights for sure.
Oh, definitely some cold nights, and didn't know if the equipment was going to work. And I
Well,
think, I
here we
think,
are 16 years later, and we're still dealing with that.
right, filming and talking for a whole game and not knowing if it's broadcasting or not.
Yep.
Getting texts going, I can't hear you guys. What happened? We don't know. We're trying to get a signal. So,
Yep. And LJ, he had to brave the elements a little bit more than we did a lot of times, because sometimes we would be able to be in the in the press box, or at least in some type of shelter, and LJ's hanging out the window, or he's up on top of the press box. Yeah, there were some pretty I don't know, risky ways that you had to film some Friday Night Bulldogs.
yeah, it was fun. It was fun times going to just, some away games and not having a place for us, and sometimes being in the crowd right behind some visitor side. I remember, I can't
Yep,
remember
yep,
where we went. They had a visitor's press box,
yep.
but it was very small.
Hmm.
And so I think you were inside, I was
Yep.
outside, and had some extension cords ran and some coaxial cable back
Yeah.
then.
Oh yeah.
Some may not know what that is, but
It is way different than what it is in 2024. That is for sure. So yeah, Cody Kraft,
yeah,
nephew, did a little bit of LJ might have taken a week off or whatever, and Cody Kraft, our nephew, had stepped in and did a couple of games for us as well. We still waiting for the Bulldogs. I think they now stepped out on the field, so we've still got a little time left here. But um, last week, LJ, the Friday Night Bulldog world increased or expanded to the continent of South America. How about that? That was the only continent that we were missing, and I'd mentioned this very briefly at the beginning of the stream and didn't go into much detail, but it was Melissa Hurst. Her boys graduated from Wagner. At least the oldest boy I know did, and I think Jordan might have and Josh. But anyway, she was, I believe, on a cruise a couple of weeks ago, and she was on the island of Curacao. I believe Curacao is the way, Curacao, something like that. Anyway, it is about 40 miles off the coast of Venezuela. And she logged on. She said she had her iPad, was able to watch Friday Night Bulldogs. And so that was the last continent. Of course, I should know this since I'm a former geography teacher, but I don't believe they're calling Antarctica a continent anymore. If they are, then we've got one more. If they're not, then Friday Night Bulldogs has officially gone worldwide.
wow, that's amazing. From where we started 16 years ago, and with the technology today, it's pretty impressive. But it looks like the game is about to start, so I'm going to give the headset back over to the professionals.
Okay. LJ Kangas, everyone. All right, here is the opening kickoff of the second half, and it is caught at the 28-yard line. across the 35 to the 37. Not sure who that number is. That Elijah Love? I believe that's Elijah Love on the return for the Wagner Bulldogs. And at least to start off this second half, Skiatook would have hoped to have been able to receive this ball. But John, if you remember at the very beginning, of the game, they did receive the ball, but it went south very quickly.
Right. Yeah, it was a whirlwind. A tornado came through here earlier. Bulldog Nation showed up as a tornado and scored at will against Skiatook earlier.
Yes, they did.
We got too many men on the field here, Jeremy. Got 12. Can't play with 12. We already threw the flag and blow it dead.
Well, and as you see some new numbers out there, we've got some second teamers and maybe a little confused about where they're supposed to be starting out the second half.
Right.
And Peter, all right. Said great light show. The marching band said just got home and perfect timing. Joined his wife for the second half. And if you look at the bottom of your screen, Peter and Sandra, that is Tim, and he's going
got the ball right here. Catch it! Oh, he was there.
Tim Gaves
in
the lights.
He lost it in the lights. Wayne caught it.
He knew that we were talking about him, and he just got nervous. But Peter, I hope you were able to see that.
Oh, the reaction from all his teammates was incredible because he was open and he didn't secure it, and the whole Bulldog sideline reacted like, oh.
So
it's all right. It's all right.
Oh, I'm sure he'll get him another chance. He's down talking to Coach Condit again, so he's going to probably run in the next play.
Everybody gets a second chance.
And speaking of second chances for the Skiatook defense, that's the. Do we have a penalty? Because that's third down, and we're 5 yards. Do we have a? We missed.
Yeah, is it weird? Yeah, this is third down now.
Yeah, the 12 men on the field. Okay.
The penalty.
Okay.
12 man, and
so
then
we're,
the drop pass there, and then the no gain.
No gain there. Actually, they're going to spot it at the 30 for a loss of 1. 3rd and 16 for Wagner. McHenry will take it himself. And Stutter stepping through the middle of that defensive line to be just shy of the 35. It'll be 4th and long.
And I think this may be our first punt.
Yeah. Well,
you leading to that?
I didn't think we'd ever say it tonight, but it's going to be long to drop back for the punt.
Yeah, Skiatook was able to get a stop there. 4 and out for Wagner, as we will be in punt formation for the first time this evening. And the clock is still continuously running, so I just want to make sure that was the case there late in the second quarter. As Bilal catches this one off the side of his foot, didn't quite catch it, but he gets a little bit of a bounce.
Yeah. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 44-yard line. So good news for Skiatook to start out the second half. 3 and out, or I guess a 4 and out with that penalty. So they got to stop, and
they've got good field position.
Good field position at their own 44, and they'll have a 1st and 10 on their first drive through of this second half.
Now, optimistically, we scored 62 points in a half.
True.
So they could do it, but with the continuous clock running, the odds are probably against them scoring that many. But let's see what happens here as they snap the ball on first down.
And he's looking deep, and he does throw deep, and that is out of reach of the intended receiver for Skiatook.
Jeremy, I want to let you know that we've got Coach Charlie North.
Okay.
Watching.
Good.
Down in New Orleans. Well, no, his brother Bill North. Sorry about that. Charlie North and his brother Bill North, who is from New Orleans, are actually watching the game tonight at the Yules house, Rob and Charlotte Yules in Norman, Oklahoma.
Okay.
So Charlie's a lifelong Wagoner Bulldog. He's been at some of our games here, so I want to give them a shout out.
Absolutely.
Rob and Charlotte Yules, and then Charlie and his brother Bill watching the game tonight. Hello, North. I bet you've never seen the start that you saw tonight in all your years of coaching football and watching football and playing football. That was something else for the Bulldogs to start like that. So thank you guys.
So we have a 3rd and 10 for Skiatook after that incomplete pass. The ball is at their 44. We're almost halfway through this 3rd quarter already with the continuous clock. And quarterback looking.
He gets away.
And
Completed.
finds the number 12. He slips down at the 42-yard line, but Johnny will pick up a first down.
That's right. They'll move the chains for Skiatook as they get some positive yardage there. As the quarterback had to scramble around and then flushed out of the pocket and rolled to his right and able to complete the pass to, that was number 14, I believe.
No, I think it was 12.
Was it 12? Okay, yeah. I'm 2 off. That's Tavian Kirkwood on the reception.
1st and 10, Skiatook from the Wagner 42-yard line. Number 3 on the carry. Gets good yardage to the 35-yard line.
It's Luke Sutton on the carry for the Skiatook Bulldogs. You're going to hear us say Bulldogs and Bulldogs, so I'm going to go ahead and try to say the Bulldogs in red and white, maybe the Bulldogs in what's our official? It's not crimson. It's not. Is it cardinal? It's just red and black.
I actually have the official name. In a picture.
Because our jerseys are a little bit burgundy wine colored tonight.
Yep. It's. I'll find it here in a little bit. Have to look through a lot of pictures.
It's probably not in the crayon box.
No, it is not.
There's a complete pass to number 2 on the near sideline.
And the referee's side.
He got 1 foot in. Yep. That's all you need is 1 foot in high school and college. And he was able to toe tap that in. While you're looking for that's number 2, Gabe Beatty on the reception. So Skiatook got a little something moving here.
Yeah. As we're under the 5-minute mark here in this 3rd quarter. It is a specific type of red, and I'm going to have to...
It's not a scarlet, is it?
No, it's not scarlet. It's something, believe it or not, it's something that has to do with Kiss. I'll find it here in a little bit.
You mean the band Kiss?
No, like... That's a live ball.
Yeah, it's deflected in number 19.
I think I'm getting... There it is.
Connor, is it Connor?
How about Stolen Kiss?
Oh.
Yes. Stolen Kiss. Now,
interesting.
Yeah. Whatever that means.
That's Stolen Kiss color. Okay. We'll go with it.
No,
I was thinking Gene Simmons, Ace Frehley, Paul Stanley. When you said that, I was like, are they mostly dressed in black and white?
On a 2nd and 10 play, here's number 3 again for Skiatook. For about a 3-yard gain. As the Bulldogs, no doubt, Skiatook, that is, wants to score, but Wagner is still, even though they've had this game in hand for quite some time, there's a little bit of pride of defense on there, John, that doesn't want to let them.
Yeah, we don't want to let them score more. So I haven't had much action on my chat lately. I still got about 50 people watching on my stream.
Okay.
You got 255?
255
here. We're still over 300.
Yeah, that play is blown dead. And Beth, I don't know if you're still on here or not, but so if you follow our Facebook page, this is about the time, actually, I believe it was in October of 1991, of what has come to be called over the years Showergate. And John, I remember, I think I told you this story last year, and we have video evidence of it. And if you are following our Facebook page, you will see that. And Beth made a comment on there. I said, we may or may not talk about this when it comes to tonight's game. And she made fun of me and said, may not, and put the laughing emoji there because she knew good and well that I was going to talk about it because we got to talk about it every year. Here's a quarterback looking in the end zone.
Right through his hands.
Number 2 looking.
It's Beatty.
Okay. It was on target, just couldn't haul it in. So it'll be 4th and long for the Skiatook Bulldogs. So At the time, Cassia Hall was, I don't know, 5-0, 6-0. We were 5-0, 6-0, somewhere around there. And tight ball game the whole time. We're up 7, or actually we're down 9-7 as Cassia Hall scores late into the fourth quarter. We're down 9-7. We're driving, and we'll wait until after this fourth down play from Skiatook. Quarterback rolls right, pressure's put on, gets away from all of them, and now he's
ball's going to ground. Oh, they're going to say he's down. Oh, I thought we had a sack with a fumble recovery by Bilal along. He wanted.
He did.
You know where he was going with that, don't you?
Yes, sir. He was really excited about picking that thing up. That's a defensive lineman's dream.
Dream.
So some of our Bulldog fans at home may remember this. They may have been watching that. We may have some former players that were part of that team, as I was back in 1991. But so Cassia Hall goes up in the game late, 9-7. We're driving down, seconds left in the game, and we decide to run a play, and we don't make. We're out of timeouts. So that's
22.
Okay, Zion Corey on the jet sweep. So we're out of timeouts, and we decide we're going to run one last play, and it doesn't go anywhere. And now all of a sudden, time is running out. No timeouts. We have to run the special teams, the field goal team, onto the field. Offense has to get off the field, all within about 15 seconds as the clock continues to run down. That's about where we're at here right now at W.L. Odom Field in these last seconds of the third quarter. As McHenry from the shotgun, this will probably be that last play, and that ball falls incomplete, and that will be the end of the third quarter. He was looking for Elijah Love and didn't make the catch, so that will be the end of the third quarter, 62-6 Wagner. And so, John, it's 15 seconds left, the clock's running. We get the field goal team out there. We kick it's about a 36-yarder. We kick the field goal. Goes through the upright. It's good. Time expires.
Bulldogs win.
It's a pretty big upset, even though both teams were undefeated at the time. And we, obviously it's jubilation everywhere. We eventually make it. I say eventually. We actually
get in the locker room, right?
We ran to the locker room. Unbeknownst to us of why at the time, but we did run to the locker room. We got there, and according to the Sports Extra on the news after the game that they ran, like they do now, the Friday Night Lights, whatever. According to that reporter, I think it was 15 minutes after time had expired, the referees came into our locker room where most of the guys had already taken their showers. Some of them are still there. Came in there.
Some of them were right on the bus.
Yes, they were on the bus as McHenry's taking the ball here and gets tackled at the 38-yard line. And so he come in and said that there's a penalty on the play. We're going to have to come back out on the field and kick the field goal again.
Oh, my.
It was illegal substitution, I believe, was the actual call. 5-yard penalty backs us up. You can see on film that a lot of the guys on the sidelines were already in their street clothes. Because, again, some of them were already on the bus waiting for us to go home. 5-yard penalty, and that is Jonas Smith.
Nice move.
Jonas Smith into Skiatook territory. Back us up 5 yards. Field goal team is out there. We kick it, and we miss, and Wagner loses the game 9-7.
After we won the game.
That is Showergate in a nutshell.
My goodness.
As sure as I'm standing here.
Was that game played at Cassia Hall?
Yeah, you bet it was. And as sure as I'm standing here, John, every bit of that story is 100% accurate.
Unbelievable.
And again, if you want to get a glimpse of that, I posted that on the Facebook page, and you can watch what I just recounted to you. You can watch that as many times as you want to. That is a true story, and it made all kinds of headlines back then. Of course, we protested it, but to no avail. Technically, the right call was made, is just the referees missed it. And you can see if you go back on that video, as soon as the ball goes through the uprights, the Cassia Hall coaches storm the field and they're pointing at our player that's walking along the back of the end zone because he had stepped out on the Cassia side because of the hurriedness that we were in.
He just chose the straightest distance between 2 points.
Yes, exactly.
The shortest distance between 2 points.
Yep. He was on the far side of the field, just didn't have enough time to get to our sideline, so he just stepped out on there. And while the field goal is being kicked, he's just walking down the rest of the sidelines and across the end zone. And as soon as that ball goes through the uprights, the coaches, you can see them pointing, and they go straight to the zebras and plead their case. Technically, the right call was made, but that's wow.
What do they call it in court when the time is expired? There's some term.
Yes. Statute of limitations.
Statute of limitations was probably up after, like 5 minutes.
Absolutely.
Maybe 3 minutes, especially when you got players in the showers and on the bus and in street clothes.
So, Beth, if you're still listening, you know good and well that I was going to recount that story for everyone. And that, again, is
what year?
1991.
Oh, really?
1991. Yes, sir. I believe it was in October of 1991. And Leon Moore, which longtime resident here in Wagner, had his boys. His boy Shannon was actually on that team. He is the one that videoed it and got that to me, and I was able to upload that several years ago. But here's number 22, Zion Corey.
Oh,
he's gone.
Oh,
did he get the angle? Yeah, he was able to get the angle. The reason I did see a flag, I think.
There's something. No, that's tape.
Oh, okay. The reason why I say that, Zion Corey plays soccer, and I saw him play all last season, and the boy has wheels.
Oh, wow.
So I really thought that he was going to take that to the house.
We do have a flag here on the near side.
Oh, okay.
He's picked it up.
So,
but he's talking to the head referee to explain what he saw, I guess. Saw him make some kind of punching motion, but not sure what that means. Personal foul?
Oh,
you got to talk to the coach. Allegedly somebody punched somebody. But maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before.
Gary Sloat, thanks for logging on. Terry, yeah. He said he was there and he remembers it well. And he also said that according to what he could find, there's no documented case of a high school football team kicking 3 onside kicks at the start of a game. And I would believe that. Yeah, and recovering them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 3 onside kicks to start the game, and it doesn't happen. Plus, to recover them really doesn't happen. But that happened tonight. I saw it. You saw it. We all saw it. Bulldog Nation saw it. It happened. We kicked off 3 times, onside kick, and recovered all 3.
So here's our second punt of the evening. This time, Along gets a little bit better foot on it. That was touched. It sure didn't look like it.
It was close. It was close at number 12. Yeah, he did took a backwards bounce. It must not have touched him. The ref is right there. But it looked like from here he may have glanced across his hand. So Skiatook Bulldogs will take over. There was no score in the third quarter. The score remains 62-6 with a continuous clock. We'll have about 6.5 minutes left to play in the game once the Skiatook Bulldogs, the red and white Bulldogs, line up to take the snap here. So the Bulldogs have looked impressive tonight. I didn't have words for what I was seeing earlier, but I've kind of let it all sink in. And yes, it happened. It really happened.
6. We're almost at the halfway mark of the fourth quarter. As Skiatook goes long, he's got a man.
Nice defense.
That's Zion Corey.
He waited to the last second and got that hand up and deflected that ball and punched it down just like any defensive back should. He had inside position on the route, so the ball would have had to been thrown high and deep, and it was not. And he was able to deflect that ball down for nice defensive play.
Jamie Powell, Rico was the kicker. Rico Colbert, 92 grad in his junior year, and he was kicking it.
And that's your dream as a kicker, is to kick the game-winning field goal as time expires. Man, to have that ripped away from you, that really hurts. Oh, big blitz in here by the Bulldogs as they run the screen pass, and the quarterback is smoked. Oh, he's still down. Yeah, we had 3 Bulldogs coming in hot. I was able to put pressure on the quarterback, and he overthrew that. I guess what was set up to be a screenplay.
So, John, I went back and looked at my Facebook post. I always thought it was illegal substitution. It's actually 12 men on the field.
12 men on the field.
That was the official call, and it went from a 26-yard field goal to a 31-yard field goal, and came up short on the second try. Again, after we had hit the showers.
So he actually had 11 men on the field, but the 12th was in the one on the sideline, I guess.
Yes.
So that's number 3 for Skiatook, because it'll be close to a first down. Looks like they may have got it. Yeah, they're going to move the chains here, Jeremy.
Okay.
So that's number 3 for Skiatook. I think that's Beatty.
Yep.
Nope, Sutton. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Luke
okay.
Number 2 is Beatty. 3 is Sutton.
And
it was picks up the first down.
It was number 8, Keyshawn Brown. I believe Jonas Smith on the tackle, but they'll pick up first down yardage to the 43. And so, Beth, if you're still listening, you knew I was going to tell that story.
Yeah, I've heard the story, the term, but I couldn't remember all the details. But I do know there was a lot of controversy on that, and I didn't realize it was that far back. I mean, I would have been probably a junior in college at that time, and when that happened. So but my kids went to Claremore Sequoia High School, and we had a rivalry with Cassia Hall.
Okay.
In Class 4A back in the day. We ended up actually playing them in 3 state championship games.
All right.
And they got us 2 of those years. And one year, I think actually we played somebody else when we won state. But yeah, it was quite a rivalry with Cassia Hall Commandos.
Second and 10, Elijah Love.
Welcome to the big leagues. Yeah, he put the boom.
Yes, he did.
Blindsided the quarterback as he was through that, and that I could hear that pop up here.
So I'm going to be actually, I want to do this before I forget again.
Cool.
I'll give a shout out to Emma Wisdom. Emma Wisdom will be going to cross country state tomorrow.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. She'll be competing for the state championship in cross country.
Micah and Pebble Wisdom. Micah is the pastor at United Church here in town and has had all of his kids come through Wagner. Carter, the oldest boy, graduated with my daughter Anna in 21. And you've got Pebble and Avery at the high school as sophomores, as Jonas Smith almost was able to get an Oski off the tip ball drill. Oh, no, sorry.
That's 14.
14. Thought that was 24.
It's Noah Cantrell.
Okay. All right.
Cantrell or Cantrell. I'm not sure of the pronunciation. I've heard it both ways.
Yeah. Well, and Miss Cantrell I'd probably call her that both ways.
Cantrell.
All these years that we've taught together. So that is her grandson.
Oh, okay.
Julie Cantrell as
relation
teaching at the middle school for us.
So I'll bring up 4th and 10 for the Skiatook Bulldogs as they will go for it on 4th and 10 with 2 minutes left in the ball game. If you just joined us, this is a continuous clock, so Bulldogs will take over for one. The Wagner Bulldogs will take over probably for one last possession, and I imagine we'll just have to take the victory formation and take 3 or 4 snaps, and then that'll do it.
And then I better, because she'll let me know if I don't. So Pebble and Avery are at the high school, and then they have a younger sister, Emma,
right,
who is a 7th grader at Wagner Middle School. And if I didn't give her a shout out, she'd let me know about it on Tuesday. Here's that victory formation, John, that you were talking about. McHenry takes the knee as we get close to the 1 minute mark here at WL Odom Field. And
it's a great way for the seniors to go out with a win at home, an impressive victory. That home field advantage. I think I saw in the statistic earlier that the senior class is 16-1 at home. So they've only lost 1 home game in their entire football career here at WL Odom Field, and they're going to advance to 17-1, which is really, really impressive.
So would that have been the Blanchard game when they came here and beat us in the playoffs? I think that's the last time that we lost here, I think. But But boy, that seems to be
Is that when
like
they
a
snapped the
long time
streak?
ago.
That's
Yeah,
not. Is that when they
I
snapped
can't.
the
Nah,
47,
couldn't have been that.
48
That
game?
was
Okay, I don't know then.
2018, 2019.
Okay,
Couldn't have been that long ago.
okay. So
Trying
4
to
years
think
from
of
then,
who would have
2020,
the
20.
last time that we lost here at home. Wow.
Scratch. That's a head scratcher.
Yeah, for sure.
When was
So
that? So the Bulldogs won tonight, and the Bulldogs lost tonight. But it just
yes,
depends
they
on
did.
which one you're cheering for. Wagner Bulldogs 62-6 over the Skiatook Bulldogs as they move to 9-0 and first place in their district.
The East Side Bulldogs beat the West Side
There you
Bulldogs
go.
tonight.
There you go.
So we will.
Scarlet Kiss Bulldogs.
So we
No,
will.
is that what it was?
Yeah. Stolen Kiss.
Stolen.
Stolen
Gosh, darn.
Kiss.
That's hard to remember.
So we will travel to Oologah next week to end the regular season. 9-0 tonight. The Bulldogs look to go a perfect regular season next week as we travel to Oologah. And John will do our research and talk about who we might be seeing in the first round of the playoffs and such, as the Bulldogs, even if by some crazy alignment of the stars, things don't go well for us next week, we'll still be hosting at least the first round playoff game.
Right.
And
yeah, that's the thing about home. Yeah, you get home field advantage when you're number one seed. You can play 2 games at home before you go to a neutral site. So next week, Jeremy, I will be out of town, so you're gonna have
that's
to
right.
find it.
That's right.
Gotta find yourself a guest host. I'm sure you gotta.
We do have somebody that
full to pick
you're
from.
familiar with. We already got him
Oh, we got
slated in. Yep, got him lined out, and he'll be traveling with us to Oologah next
Awesome.
week. So great, Scott Fireworks. Thanks for logging on. It's Russ Jones. Thanks for the shout out. And Thomas Compton, Blanchard. Yeah, that's the one that stopped the 48. Megan says, "Go Javon." Steve Wilson, thanks for staying with us from beginning to end. Terry Presley, thanks for the shout out, and everybody from the Friday Night Bulldog Nation. And I'm going to have to get on to my buddy Chad, as I never heard from him. He was going to listen from Bon Air tonight,
Chad,
which oddly enough is just really right next door to where Miss Hurst was logged on a couple weeks ago in Curacao, I believe. Part of the ABC Islands. You got Aruba, Bon Air, and then Curacao.
How about that? ABC.
So anyway, whether you were across the wild blue yonder, as the Gabes were, and I appreciate them logging on from the Netherlands.
He's going to catch that one next time.
Yeah.
He's going to catch that one next time.
I hope they were able to see that, even if he wasn't able to haul it in. But that was pretty exciting to see Tim Gabes out there on senior night. So that's going to do it for us here at W.L. Odom Field and Dale Condit Stadium. It's been all Bulldogs, Wagner Bulldogs, that is, in every facet of this game. And for the seniors of 2024, what a way to go out, John. And technically, they'll be back here in 2 weeks as we come back to the first round. But regular season wise, it was a heck of a game for them to walk off this field.
Yeah, it's a good memory for them and their families and parents and everybody associated with them. We have I think 17 seniors?
Yeah,
possibly on the
close
team.
to that.
That's like an offense and half a defense. So that's a lot of them. So we'll be there with them next week in Oologah as they continue their run, and they are looking really good. The very few turnovers tonight.
Yep.
No turnovers.
No turnovers for us.
We got a couple, I think, and then
maybe 2 penalties.
Yeah. So much better improvement. So thanks, Mr. Parasoto, for noticing that tonight.
That's going to do it for us. We appreciate everybody that logged on to Friday Night Bulldogs tonight, wherever you were. I hope we were able to I'm not sure what the word I'm looking for. I hope we were able to recognize everyone that logged in and gave us some comments, either in the chat room or on our Facebook page. And thank you for the support of our sponsors, our corporate and elite sponsors of Friday Night Bulldogs. And that will do it for us here. For Garrett Haddock and John Page, I'm Jeremy Holmes saying good night and God bless America.